Exoprimal is a new live service game coming from Capcom, and while it shares a lot of similarities to other live service games on the market, it's truly one of the most bizarre and unique games I've ever seen. Pitting teams of 5 people against one another, players will fight hordes of dinosaurs in exoskeleton mechs, with whoever's able to defeat these dinosaurs or complete these tasks being victorious. Now, if you're familiar with the channel, I don't think you'll be surprised to know that this game where you can fight dinosaurs with a katana is extremely interesting to me. So on today's video, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on the Exoprimal Open Beta that started on March 17th.
Stars and Stripes!
Hello and welcome to another carrotscraps video, and by another, I mean the 151st. And of course, as usual, I wanted to give a couple of disclaimers up front before we started the video. This is going to be another one of my patented ramble reviews, which means that it's not scripted out. I do have a list of notes from my gameplay that I'll be citing throughout the video, but just keep that in mind in case I get any details wrong, or in case I change my opinion in the future. In addition, the gameplay you'll be watching is from my PlayStation 5 footage of the game. So with that out of the way, let's talk about my thoughts on the Exoprimal Open Beta. So I'm gonna be honest with you, and I need to be honest with you because that's the fundamental bedrock of my reviews on this channel, is honesty. And my honesty with you, my transparency that I have to reveal to you, is that I am utterly biased when it comes to Exoprimal. I cannot have an unbiased opinion here. My thoughts are completely swayed in one direction. This is not an accurate review, and you just need to know that up front. Look, I love dinosaurs, I love sci-fi, I love robots, I love katanas, and superficially, on a design perspective, on a conceptual level, divorced from gameplay, this game is like built in a lab for me specifically. So it is going to be very difficult for me to give an accurate critical review of my thoughts on the Exoprimal beta. And I just need you to know that up front going in. It is so cool. Are you kidding me? This is such a cool game. It's so bizarre. It's so over the top. Let's talk about that too. It's so over the top and weird. It's so unapologetically weird. It's bizarre. There's dinosaur forecasts. They had a fake news report where there was a dinosaur forecast where they literally had a weather. They had a weather robot tell you about the weather coming up, and they had like the little weather chart, and it was dinosaurs instead. The opening of the game had this like weird like news broadcast where it was like, people, technology, dinosaurs, we're here to give you the news. It's so weird, and I love that. I love weird. I love stuff that's just unapologetically weird, but then on top of everything, it's a dinosaur game. Are you kidding me? It's a dinosaur game. So I don't know. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? This is insane. It's incredible. I remember watching this before the Resident Evil 4 announcement during the Capcom stream, and I remember before it, I was like, oh, I don't want to, like, whatever, I just want to watch Resident Evil 4, like, I want to see the new Resident Evil 4 footage, and then I saw dinosaurs, and I was like, hold on, what's going on? And it hooked me. Anyway, so I've been excited to play this, and I just think it's a really cool idea, piloting these mechs, these exoskeletons, and having all of these different types, but especially this katana. If you don't know, the katana is like, I love swords in general, so like anything with swords is something that's super interesting to me, and I'm always excited to like learn more about it, but specifically katanas and samurai are just like a big interest of mine. So just combining that with like the world of dinosaurs, it's crazy. So that's like the main thing, is that already I can't tell you enough how much I love and am excited about this game, but that's completely on a superficial level. It's completely on a biased level. Moving away from that really quickly, I have a lot of concerns about this game. I feel like everything else about the game, outside of its design, outside of its visual design, outside of its conceptual story design, is concerning to me. It's a live service game already concerning. Why does everything have to be live service? I don't want everything to be a live service game. I've given a lot of live service games a chance. I play a lot of live service games that I love. Not everything needs to be live service. And it's also a full-priced live service game, which is another, like, okay, like, I've done this before, I've tried this before, but I'm just nervous going into this, and especially for a game that, look, I mean, on the face of it, I love the idea, I love the concept, and spoiler alert, I thought the gameplay was pretty fun, honestly, but I play this, and I wonder immediately, how healthy is this community going to be in a year and a half after release? It could be like Fallout 76, and despite people saying that it's going to end in a month, it could be around 3, 4, 5 years later, right? Or it could be like Avengers, where a couple of years later, a year and a half, 2 years later, the game is no longer available when it comes to that support, and I don't want that to be the case. So it's concerning to me to see another live service game greenlit like this. It's hard for me to have a lot of faith, especially with something like, especially for the things that I like about this game. The reasons why I like this game and I think it's cool are the same reasons why I'm like, are people really going to be interested in this as a live service experience? And then the type of game that it is when it comes to like it as a team online competitive game, it just feels very cliche. It feels very safe. From a gameplay perspective, it all feels very cliche in terms of 5v5 teams competing online, all of that. Like, I was just comparing it to so many other games in my opinion. So I have a lot of concerns, I have a lot of worries when it comes to this game, and when it comes to the circumstances of its release, and when it comes to its gameplay specifically. But again, returning back to the unfortunate truth, I'm biased, and I loved it because it's a dinosaur game. Are you kidding me? It's a dinosaur game where you get to pilot mechs and fight dinosaurs, and there's dinosaur storms, and there's dinosaur bio threats, and you use a katana. It's awesome. Are you kidding me? You get to fight dinosaurs, and a good variety of dinosaurs too. A lot of really cool looking dinosaurs, cool sounding dinosaurs. I thought these sound effects were really good. I think some of the coolest things about Jurassic Park as like dinosaur designs are the sound effects that they created. They're iconic, and I think they did pretty good in Exoprimal to have their own original dinosaur sounds, and then also getting to control dinosaurs. It's so cool. It's so cool. Speaking of gameplay, I said in a lot of ways it's a little repetitive. I said some things critical of the gameplay, but that being said, I kind of did have a fun at the end of the day. I felt very much so like I needed to come back and play this. The first couple of games I played, I was like, okay, like, I'm comparing it to all these other games in my mind. I love the look of this game, I love the concept of this game, but the gameplay is like, whatever. But after those first 2 games, I started craving playing this again. After I went to work and came back home, all I wanted to do was play Exoprimal, and I've been, sad that I can't play it more. So I do like the gameplay. I do think it's interesting. I like all of the differences between the different classes, I suppose. You can switch your mech between all these different classes, and they all play differently and do different things. And I feel like it's interesting and cool to think about, what I'm going to play and who I'm going to play as. It's fun. I can't deny, like, it does feel fun. And even if it is similar to other games, and even if it is a little cliche in some ways, not every game, not every movie, not every book needs to break the mold. Some, pieces of media just need to be fun and entertaining. And I think that this might be an example of that. It might not be extremely original in terms of gameplay, but it is, pretty competent in my opinion. It's fairly fun, and I think it accomplishes that goal pretty well. Again, if I'm thinking about the game after playing it, more than just the fact that it has dinosaurs, thinking about actually playing the game and thinking about the gameplay and how to get better and being excited to play it again, it's clearly doing something right. Now, similar to other team-based games that are like this, you get different classes essentially that you can choose from with all of these different types of exosuits. For example, you get some that are more built around melee, others that are more built around like healing your allies, allies, others that are more built around being a tank. You kind of get what I mean. But something that makes this game a little bit more distinct now that I think about it is the fact that you can change your exosuit at any time during a match, which is something I feel like I've never seen before, and I haven't really explored the full extent of, but I feel like you can do a lot of interesting things with that. How often do you get the opportunity to just change your class? Like if you're playing Overwatch, you don't get to just change the character you're playing as, and how does that make this game different? I don't know, that's an interesting question, and I'm excited to find out more about that. But I will say, in general, I didn't really experiment with all of the exosuits. I just really stuck to the Assault, I think his name is Deadeye, the one with the gun, and then the one with the sword. I just liked those two a lot, and so I tried to stick with them, and I had a lot of fun. They felt very different, and when I wanted a different style of gameplay, I just switched over, and there were even some moments where I felt that one character or one exo wasn't suitable for the situation, so I decided to switch to the other one, and it was way more helpful. So again, that's just such an interesting mechanic that I'm curious how it will affect gameplay moving forward. Now again, this is the open beta, but the full game is full priced, and then it's a live service game after that. So it does leave a little bit to be desired. I really hope that this isn't only an online game. The way it talked about in the open beta, it felt like this kind of online mode is just one gameplay mode. So I hope that there's other single player modes that I can use and that I can play. I hope that there's potentially a story mode. One thing throughout the beta that I felt was like there's all of these cool ideas. Like Leviathan is this really interesting, honestly frightening and scary character, and the circumstances around our combat just feels really weird and unique, and I wanted to learn more, but it didn't feel like they had a lot of other information, in the beta at least, that could explain, you know, these dinosaurs, where they're coming from, and the other science fiction details about this, you know, weird apocalyptic future. I want to know more about the world. I desperately want to know more about this world, even if the answers are silly or weird. I just feel like I don't know enough about this game yet from a story perspective, and I hope that, you know, playing the full game will answer those questions. But if the game is full price and it's just this online mode, that's not going to be interesting to me. You know, that's not going to be a selling point, in my opinion. So I'm a little worried about that, and I'm not sure what the answer is there. But I'm hoping that there's going to be some kind of story mode, and if not a story mode, just some way to explore the lore and the world of Exoprimal, because it's one of the things that I'm most excited about. And so there you go. Those are my feelings on Exoprimal. How do I feel about it? I guess I am conflicted, right? I do have conflict in the way that I feel. I'm trying to be as upfront as I can that I clearly love this game, but for potentially the wrong reasons. It doesn't mean that the game is bad, right? Like, the game could be great, and I think I have a lot of fun playing it. I enjoy playing it a lot, but there's no denying that it's going to be hard for me to come out with a non-biased opinion when it just checks off so many other boxes in you know, the world of dinosaurs and, you know, sci-fi and katanas. It has so many things that I love, so it's like, how can I not be excited about it? Even if it was awful, I think I would still be really stoked about it. But the point, you know, at the end of the day, it's not awful. You know, even if I say that I'm biased, I can say that it's not awful. In my opinion, it is fun. I enjoy it, but I think it's important to also point out that bias. In general, I'm excited to learn more about this game. I wish that I could play it more for another round of an open beta. I hope that that's, you know, possible in the future. And it's a game that I definitely want to pick up, even if I am a little hesitant based on the price and based on how similar it is to other games on the market. I'm not necessarily excited about the fact that it's a live service game, but as a video game and as a concept, I absolutely love the world of Exoprimal, and I can't wait to learn more about it and to explore it again soon. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. I want to thank you so much for watching. If for some reason you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and to subscribe to my channel for more. As regular viewers know, I make a variety of content on my channel, and I'm always gonna make the videos that I want to make. But if you see something you enjoy, make sure to let me know, and I'll try to prioritize that kind of content in the future. Over on Twitch, I typically play superhero games like Marvel's Avengers and Gotham Knights, with the the occasional horror game like Resident Evil. So if that sounds interesting to you at all, make sure to check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/carrotscraps. And all my other social media, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram are at carrotscraps as well. So I want to thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. This game, oh my god. This game is so cool. This game is so cool. And look, I've got warning signs, right? Like I'm worried about stuff, but I can't help it. It's so cool. It's so cool. I've never mentioned this. I don't think I've mentioned this on the channel before, but I have this mission to play every dinosaur game in existence, and I've literally almost finished videos and was gonna upload them to the channel and just never did, and I've been working on that for a while. But maybe this is the game that pushes me there, because we got to start looking at other dinosaur games, because this is winning compared to so many other dinosaur games. It's so cool, and I've only played the open beta, but maybe I'm just biased. But it's so cool. I mean, dinosaur robot man, sword. Come on, it's so cool.